MotoGP moves away from Portugal and travels to Argentina at Termas de Rio Hondo for round 2 of the season. So Pecco Bagnaia sweeps the 2 races and takes the first race win of the season, leads the championship by 37 points. Now we move into Argentina before 2 weeks' time going over to the Americas race at Cota. Then Spain kicks off the European season with France, Italy, Germany, Netherlands. Then Kazakhstan as well on the 9th of July, a morning race for us in the UK. British Grand Prix on the 6th of August, then Austria, Catalonia, San Marino round out the European run. Then India, Japan, Indonesia, Australia, Thailand, Malaysia, all night races just to make us super excited. Then we get Qatar on the 19th of November, and a week later the season rounds out in Valencia. After just 1 race then, it is Pecco Bagnaia leading by 12 points to Maverick Vinales. Marco Bezzecchi's on 16 points, 1 clear of Johan Zarco and Jack Miller. Alex Marquez on 12, Aleix Spargo 11, Brad Binder on 10, Martin on 9, Quartararo 8, Marc Marquez has 7, Rins 6, Mia 5, Nakagami 4, 3 for Fernandez, Augusta that is, Oliveira with the same, and Morbidelli on 2. Roll up, give us a dosh. Welcome back to Argentina, and after last weekend's superb MotoGP, we are all set to go for another one. We are at the Termas de Rio Hondo circuit in Termas de Rio Hondo in Argentina. Now, in the session that you will see straight after this, which is the MotoGP free practice highlights, we've had rain come down. It's only light rain, but it has soddened the circuit. So now the grip levels are right on the cusp between dry tyres and full wet weather tyres. Who's going to go on what? We've got no idea. Also, we've only got 18 riders in this session. The only reason we only have 18 riders is because Enea Bastianini, Pol Espargaro, Miguel Oliveira and Marc Marquez are all out of this weekend after injury in the opener in Portimao. So, in Group 1 of qualifying, we have Quartararo, Raul Fernandez, Brad Binder, Johan Mir, Augusto Fernandez, Jack Miller, Fabio Di Giannantonio and Alex Marquez. The green light is on and qualifying is underway here as well. Let's get the track audio up and running. So, here we go. Complete jump into the unknown. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. Alex Marquez and Johan Mir are heading out there. So is Fabio Di Giannantonio. We've already got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Now we've gone green. Megan's on her way to the commentary boxes. Oh, and speak of the devil, Megan now walks in to the side of the commentary box, and I haven't told her about a little surprise. And I'm just waiting for her to see it on the commentary box. Can you tell anything that is working? By the way, the timing screen's back. Yeah, we've got our lovely timing screen back. Thank you, Megan. The printer cut off our documents, as you can see there, so Megan's glued it back together. Thank you for that, Megs. Hello, it's raining for this qualifying session. The white flag with the red X goes out. It was raining at the end of the practice session just before this. You'll see the highlights after this qualifying session. Reminders to join the Grid Network for our pre-race show as well, at Grid Ranking on YouTube as well. Hi, Meg. It came on! We got our timing screen back. Isn't that wonderful to see? As soon as I had it on the iPad.
Good. Finally got it up.
Good morning. Well, it's I just had
afternoon for us.
10:51. Yeah, 10:51 over there in Argentina.
I'm cold.
Oh, I would put the heater on more, but I can't be bothered because I've been coughing all night. Hello. Not in terms of COVID. It's because I've been having warm water. With a hot... Hey, Quartararo, straight through the gravel trap, down in turn 6.
He stays better up on that in the wet than he does in the...
Well, he's got grooves on his tyres. He's on full wet weather, so yellow flag out in Sector 4.
Seems like he's enjoying it.
Well, he's gone rally crossing, isn't he, as well, on the bike as well. Yellow's still out Sector 4. There's only 8 riders in this qualifying session because we've only got 18. And they're all still finding problems out there. So this is what happened then, Megs, coming into the braking zone. I think he's going to save it, isn't he? Or does he just brake straight on? The latter.
It's like, I fancy a dip in the gravel.
Just testing you out for the sprint race later.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm glad you remembered about the sprint. Johan Mir comes across the line. Remember, qualifying sets the grid for the sprint and the main race tomorrow, the Grand Prix. So this is a crucial session, and we've got the wet weather. It's a proper, good old-fashioned qualifying here in Argentina. Johan Mir, the sole Repsol Honda this weekend, as Marquez is out with a broken first metacarpal bone. That's in your hand. I don't suppose you know where it is, do you? First metacarpal, is it round here somewhere?
One of these.
It's round there on the first metacarpal. Okay, so it's right on the back of your palm.
It's one of these.
Is that the back of your hand or is that the back of your hand?
Your palm.
Is that your back or the front of the hand?
Front of the hand.
Front of the hand.
Back of the
hand. So front of the hand. So that's the back of your hand. That's the front. Okay, I get you now. The conversations we have. Cynthia says, oh hi, just woke up. Just watched back the F2 sprint. Can't believe I missed such a good race, man. I'm so mad at myself. I'm really sorry. Do not be sorry for being tired. It is honestly such a hard weekend, and we did the F3 sprint. So, Cynthia, forget about it. Forget it. Richie did exactly the same thing, so hopefully you'll both be with us for the feature coming up. But well done to Josh and to Omi, especially to Omi, who stepped in last second on the formation lap 2. Come in the commentary box as well. Conditions are not superb here in Argentina. We're having a couple of sliders. Quartararo is only doing 330 kilometers an hour down the back straightaway, so that's quite fast, over 200 miles an hour. Looking on board then with Johan Mir, trying to go right round the outside, and Alex Marquez now doing another cut back on him, and Marquez on the inside and blocks Johan Mir for a lap time as well. It's not sodden rain, is it? Like it's gonna come down in big, massive clumps of droplets. It's that smooth rain that soaks you.
That is just like really light and shimmery. There's so much of it that it's like getting sprayed with a hose.
Yeah, like what's been happening outside our commentary box actually as well. We've got that type of weather.
Which one he broke?
Oh, it's the first metacarpal, so it's that one. So it's your thumb. It's the one in your thumb he's broke, which makes sense considering when he went down. So the first metacarpal bone here on your thumb, that's where he's broke. As well on his hand. Well, isn't that always... It's fun to know those type of things, isn't it?
The only reason I know what these bones are is because of Doctor Who. Proximal, middle, distal.
And that's all because of Martha?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, you might like to know, by the way, Megan, 16 years ago today, Season 3 started airing with Smith & Jones when Martha made her appearance. 16 years ago tonight at 7 p.m. Little thing for you. You'll be in the commentary box for this sprint, no?
I will have to watch.
Yeah, your favourite Doctor Who companion.
Yes.
Yeah, don't blame her. Great character. So, Alex Marquez is fastest on a 1:47.656. For reference, the best ever pole lap here was set by Marc Marquez in 2014, a 1:37.683. So, we are around about exactly 10 seconds off the pace with this wet track dampness that's coming around. It's on the cusp, isn't it, of full wets and slick tyres, but they're on the full wets because they don't want to throw the bike down because of the sprint. So my question to you, Megan, if we didn't have the sprint race later on, would we see riders out there right now on slick tyres just pushing it as much as they could? Yeah, because it's a bit bizarre, isn't it? Because everyone's going off on wet tyres anyway.
How many laps is the sprint going to be?
I think it's 12 again? Something like that. Yeah, it'll be short and sweet again. It's the same kilometre track. It's 2.96 miles as well, the overall distance. So it's pretty much the same. Did you sellotape this as well?
No, I figured it would be enough.
Yeah, the glue works out here as well. Pole position on the left-hand side for later on as well. I've got to highlight that now. Quartararo, who has to go through qualifying 1 for the first time, 13.4. Is that going to be... It's 13 laps later.
No, that's the time it takes to go round.
So the race later is going to be 13 minutes?
Yeah.
What's the point? What is the point?
And then if we times that by 2, we get...
So it's going to be less than half an hour, yeah. Fabio Quartararo, then, the rider that's having to go through qualifying 1 for the second weekend in a row, goes top, 1:47.397. Quartararo never made it out of Q1 last week. He's really struggling on this Yamaha. Like, really struggling. If you look at the World Championship points... Yeah, finished 10th in Portimao. Only got 8 points in total. I say that because I forgot about the sprint. 8 points in total. It's Yamaha's worst start to a season in 6 years.
I'm not surprised. Okay, that's unnerving. You can see into their eyes more this year.
Yeah, well, they've got the clear visor on, isn't they, because of the conditions out there. So I can really see.
It's unnerving.
4K as well from the next pictures now of the sky this year.
You can see their faces clearly from the distance.
Also, I'm not in my usual soft trainers because they've really worn through. So I'm in me Converse.
Note to self: buy you more
Converse?
for your birthday.
Kidding me? I'm going to get those later. I can't stand these. They really grip your feet. It's really not nice. Although I must admit,
how did Tennant go around in these for 3 seasons?
I don't know. They're comfortable. I love them, but they're not comfortable standing on a concrete floor in the commentary box.
You could do a lot of running.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway,
maybe you should run around after.
I'll start jogging in the commentary box as well. That'll start working.
Maybe you should run around after Daleks constantly.
Yeah.
That will get you some.
That'll do something.
It'll break it in.
But I'm gonna have to wear this shirt later. Are you wearing those clothes for the race tomorrow as well?
I don't presume so.
The F1 race at 6 a.m.
Well, I suppose I'll have to.
So we're basically the same clothes we're going to be in tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
I may as well just sleep in my clothes.
That'll be easy to wake you up, considering I can't wake you up, so I don't know how you're going to wake up.
With a clock.
Yeah, but you don't hear your alarms.
I do nowadays. It's just for some reason I didn't hear it on the day. I think Mum messed with it.
Let's have a quick look then as Alex Marquez, fastest first sector, gone down. So Megan, the track's getting slowly worse and the wet tyres that they're on are getting down to slicks. Ergo, we're not having so many faster times as everyone's going to box, probably do a bike change and go out again. This is the way. Need to move that water for, there we go.
Why every time does anyone say that? I just want to say to Amarillo.
Yeah, the Mandalorian's sort of ruining it all, isn't it? Oh, there we go. That'll do. So, Quadraro with a 1, well, he's fastest, Alex Marquez second, Fabio Antonio third, Jack Miller's fourth, Brad Binder's fifth, Johan Mir sixth, Augusto Fernandez seventh, and Ralph Fernandez in eighth. Yeah, I've been looking to go down and look at this timing monitor because that one's been broken for a week and a half, and now it's fixed itself. So,
you can still look at that one.
I know, but that's closest to me and that's closest to you.
Yeah.
The only good thing is that that's our time screen for F1 tomorrow, so we kind of need that.
I watch tomorrow.
Won't work. Yeah, I will be bringing down the other monitor just in case and having it at the side. And that is Binder nearly binning it, going straight on down at turn 4. So losing some opportunities. Sorry, that's not down turn 4, is it? That's down at turn 11. So the last penultimate corners on the circuit. So everybody is struggling in this session. Everybody is thinking we don't want to wreck the bike because we've got to do a sprint race later, and it's half world championship points. So they are gingerly just touching the throttle ever so slightly.
Just like, don't break it, don't break it, don't break it.
Yeah, just literally light as you can. Synthel says, lol, they only with 8 on track, so they managed to battle each other during qualifying, or is it just a thing they always do? I don't know much about MotoGP. Feels really like it's Sunday. It's so confusing.
It's half and half.
Yeah, it does feel like it's Sunday, especially as I got, 2 hours sleep, was it, Megan? Before I got woken up? Unfortunately, though, I did make a very rare request and say, could you please have a bath run before I wake up so I can just get straight in, because I've got to get to the box. Woke up at 1 p.m, an hour and 10 before I had to be in the commentary box, and who was still in the shower?
In fairness, I'd only been in there 10 minutes.
You could have waited.
No. Well, no one was making any move to go in. I thought, wow,
because
I may as well
I was
ready.
going in 10 minutes.
It should have been run then.
It was about to be. Mum told me that she was coming up the stairs, and you already got in the shower, and you didn't tell anyone.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So you caused the problem. Anyway,
it was a few minutes.
Alex Marquez, top of the board, 147.317. Fabio Quartararo second. So there is time still out there on the circuit to be found. If anybody is going to be willing for it to go. Is there any chance of rain for F3, F2 and F1 for tomorrow? It looks like it's going to be a dry day, Synth, unfortunately. So the rain drama came today with, if you haven't listened to it, mute now, Max Verstappen on pole position with George Russell second, Lewis Hamilton third and Fernando Alonso fourth. Alonso had pole position by 0.2 of a second before the end of qualifying when the track dried up a bit even more. So, yeah. Yeah. It was close. I was going to call you and get you into the commentary box. But he starts fourth on the grid tomorrow, so it's fine. He might have a race win. Perez starts last, remember, because he crashed out in quali. So anything can happen. So this is qualifying 1 of Argentina. It's quite boring with only 8 riders. We need the 4 back to make it a full field. It should be 11 in this session. But as I said, Paul Espargaro is out of intensive care, by the way, after his accident in practice last weekend.
They're really putting everyone through the reins, aren't they?
Yeah, and he's walking around, which is great news as well. And he's going to be, hopefully, he's going to be back for the Americas, he said, but I doubt it. He'll take another one out and come back in Jerez as well. Ralph Fernandez goes third. Miguel Oliveira, he's out as well after getting cannonballed by Marc Marquez. Marc Marquez is out, as we said. Now, just quickly about Marc Marquez and his penalty. The FIM steward said you have to serve. He's going to get a double long lap penalty to be served at the Argentine Grand Prix. He's missed it. He wouldn't have had to serve the penalty, but then the stewards came in and changed the rules and clarified at his next event. So the next race Marc Marquez does, he has to take that double lap penalty. It's not the letter of the law, and it's not the letter of what the stewarding was, so Repsol have appealed it. My question to you, Megan, does Marc Marquez be made to serve the double long lap penalty, or does he get away with it scot-free for injuring another rider?
He should be made to.
I agree. I'd love to know what you think in the chat, by the way. Get in touch. Does Marc Marquez deserve the long lap penalty? Yes or no? Colorado 147.460 stays second. Ralph Fernandez 3/10 down. And Alex Marquez, I don't know where he is, because he's fastest overall, but with red sector times, he's flying out there. He is just getting quicker and quicker.
I don't have to have my brother with me. Quick!
Yeah.
Anyone whose brother isn't here this weekend, run!
That'd be Aleix. And Aleix is through. Aprilia, by the way, Megan, fantastic this weekend so far. Not so much in the last session we just saw due to the wet conditions, but Aprilia topped Friday. Vinales ahead of Aleix, and then in practice 2, Aleix ahead of Vinales.
It's the fact that they don't have their brothers.
Yeah. So this is going to be thick and fast stuff. Alex Marquez is 2.5 tenths of a second faster than his own best time. Alex is absolutely flying out there.
Well, it must be a Marquez thing.
Wet track, yeah, exactly. It's their sort of groove, isn't it?
It's in their DNA to revolve around the wet times.
Megan, I've just looked down at your book you've got here. Why is it Christmas? Hercule Poirot's Christmas. Oh,
because it's Christmas.
They're still battling together.
In that universe.
Well, do you remember the start of the session? You and me and Alex Marquez were battling. They're still battling. You and me at this time coming in. And down goes Alex Marquez. He was off the racing line as the checker flag comes out.
That was so graceful. He could just pick it up.
And that was because of Johan Mir. Mir was purposely in the way of Alex Marquez. He was blocking him around the lap, trying to spoil the run.
Got back up again.
And Alex is up and got going again. He just dropped it, but that's the perfect lap ruin for Alex Marquez because Johan Mir was being an idiot and getting in his way.
That was purposeful.
Oh, and Brad Binder.
What's he done?
That's a turn. Well, there is no turn 13, so where's he crashed? There's only 12 turns on this circuit. Okay. That's Miller 5th. Quadraro 2nd. So D'Antonio
Section
Miller.
1 he's crashed in.
Right, so it's turn 1. It's the start-finish line as well area. As Binder's gone 5th.
Wait a minute.
How's he? I don't think that's right.
Wait a minute.
Binder's improved. We're watching it now, actually. Here he is. Binder's improved up to 5th position.
But it wasn't even Binder.
Binder didn't crash. Nobody crashed. I was wondering why the section track was saying 13. There's only 12 corners here. And Ralph Fernandez isn't going to improve. I don't think.
I think it...
Yeah, it's confusing me. It's confusing me, that one. Miller's got soft rear tyre and didn't work
What Binder
out.
are they talking about?
It was Brad, for sure, because Darren's back in Moto 2. And that's it. Fernandez crosses the line.
Oh, fire!
Oh! Alex Marquez has got a fire. He's broken the engine line, the fuel line at the bottom of the bike. That was from the spin and the crash. And Alex Marquez's Ducati on the Granesi bike is going up in flames. And this is not what you need coming into the MotoGP sprint later on.
Such a graceful crash caused so much damage.
Unbelievable scenes here with Alex Marquez's bike catching fire. He's just topped the session. He's not going to get back to the pit lane in time before the Q2.
Okay, good. He's not going to ride it more.
Well, I thought he was going to take the camera off then.
So did I.
It's
like, here.
grab the camera. Well, this is unbelievable. The man who's just topped the session, because of that crash with Johan Mir, he's broken it. Look, watch Mir. So Marquez goes on the outside. Mir cuts him off. And now, Mir goes wide. Alex comes back and just drops it as well. So Alex drops it, but he was off the normal... Oh, look at that. He scratched the floor. And that's why the pegs caught through. So I reckon, it scratched the tarmac as well. Some deep cuts there. So I reckon, Megs, the peg has hit the fuel line, and that's what's caught fire. Oh, look at his eyes as well, Alex is during the crash.
It's like, what?
Yeah. Whoa, I'm down. And he was looking at Mir.
Help.
He knew.
He was like, please don't crash into me.
That, in my book, that was Mir's fault. I know Alex dropped it on his own, but it was...
every crash can be by the cause of a Marquez.
It's because Alex was off the racing line because of Mir dancing around in his eye line, and it's a crucial corner, turn 11.
And Alex just was like, what's happening? Why am I nearly being run over?
So Q1 ends with Alex Marquez and Fabio Quartararo going through. Starting 13th for the sprint and the feature will be Raul Fernandez, 14th Di Antonio, 15th Binder, 16th Miller, 17th Fernandez, and 18th Johan Mir. Down to Natquirk. And Sylvain Quintoli.
They were leaning the bike, it almost looked like it was dry. So yeah, less than 10 seconds from the dry time. That means a lot of grip out. Alex Marquez and the other guys taking a lot of risks. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened there. Must have been like some kind of small oil leak that caught fire. Sometimes that can come as well from the hide devices. We've seen that in the past, an oil leak from that catching fire. Fortunately, they were able to take it out, but and you could see Alex Marquez saying, no, not too much, because if you put too much of that, it's a mess to clean. He'll have to go on his second bike.
Yeah, and I imagine he'll be trying to get back to the box very quickly, Michael, to get ready for Q2 and make sure preparations and setup on that second bike are suitable to go back out.
Yeah, exactly. He was having such a good session. He was pushing on for a little bit more. You can never relax, because if Brad or Jack or even his teammate Fabio was behind, they could have bumped him out. So you can understand why he took the risk to come through on Mir, but it has now completely upset his Saturday. So we talk about the mechanics under pressure, getting bikes prepared for qualifying, for their sprint race, haven't had the free practice, and that's going to be evidence inside the Grassini garage now. But hopefully they'll have everything, all the tools ready to change the spare bike or the second bike into full wet weather trim here for Q2, because he was looking so fast out there.
Fabio Quartararo, a trip to the gravel at the start of the session, but gets through. He'll be breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, it's been a tough weekend for Fabio so far. So those conditions, he's going to be embracing that, because he was not feeling comfortable at all. So Fabio, initially in the wet was not very good. And since last year, he's really come on now. And now he's actually one of the fastest. So for him, Fabio, this is a chance to turn his weekend around.
Yeah, Alex Marquez then and Fabio Quartararo going through to Q2. Both LCR riders are in that session, and Charlie is with their team manager.
Lucio, we know historically that this has been a good track for Honda over the years. 4 wins here, one of them with Cal Crutchlow with you in 2018. It looks like that's still true. Obviously, your guys both through into Q2.
Yeah. Of course, I'm quite pleased with the job of both riders. Of course, now the qualifying will be a little bit tricky, because in this condition, of course, anything can happen. But we are ready, and we have both riders with both bike ready for the qualifying.
We know Alex is using the new Marc Marquez frame. What's the feedback from that?
Well, very similar, but maybe the feeling of he feel a little bit better in turning, and also it's changed direction. The bike is more precise. Probably he just needed to understand a little bit better with the used tire. So we still do not make any final decision.
And just finally, how's Alex settling into the team?
Fantastic. No. I mean, all the riders we had were great riders. We miss Cal, but with Alex also we have a lot of fun. He's a good guy with a lot of experience, so we enjoy.
Thanks very much, Lucio.
Thank you.
Yeah, Alex Rins going well this morning, and as you heard Charlie mentioning there, he's been using Marc Marquez's chassis. What have you made of Alex's kind of settling into that team? Have you spoken to him?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, he's actually really enjoyed himself. He's found a very nice atmosphere in that team, and we all know that, Lucio's team is it's a family team, and it's a team that feels good. And Alex, I know that he was going to blend in very well. So there's a really good atmosphere. Obviously, they are working on that bike, trying to improve it. But you know, for Honda and for the LCR team, you know, it's a great opportunity to have Alex. I mean, the winner of the last of 2 of the last 3 Grand Prix last year, Alex, one of the really strong man of this MotoGP championship. So you know, I'm sure he will have a great impact in that team, a great impact for Honda as well at developing the new bike. And you know, it's a gauge of confidence as well that they've, in the absence of Marc Marquez, they give the new frame to try to Alex. You know, that's a good sign as well, and it shows that the links, you know, with the private outfit LCR is very, very strong with the factory.
Yeah, and LCR have a decent record here, as you mentioned there, with Cal Crutchlow and Taka Nakagami in Q2 as well. A boost for him because the season perhaps not started well. People writing him off in pre-season as well, Michael.
Yeah, unfortunately for Taka, he's never quite delivered on his promise. He had the injury at the last part of last season, which was actually career-threatening at one point. So good to see him on form here this weekend. Difficult start in Portimao, but turning it around here in Termas. At a circuit, as you mentioned, he is good at. Suits his riding style, and it does seem this weekend that the Honda's working. So yeah, fingers crossed both Taka and Alex can deliver for the LCR guys. 17 years old this week as a team, so Lucio is going strong.
Absolutely. Marco Bezzecchi looking very calm in the pit box there. He'd be a good bet for this qualifying, don't you think, Sylvain?
Yeah, of course, yeah, and so are all the Ducati boys. I mean, that man there before crashing, he was on his way to you know, to improve his lap time by quite a lot. The Ducati is a proper weapon, you know, in the dry, but in the wet conditions, it's a bike that just like works the tires in a really good way. So I think they're going to be very difficult to beat in that qualifying now with those conditions.
Yeah, as you can see there, Alex running back to get ready for this Q2 session. But as Sylvain was saying, Michael, the lap times have been impressive in that first session.
Yes, so fast. It's a weird one because we talk about the lack of grip here in the dry, but it's abrasive, so actually the abrasion can generate the temperature, give the guys the feeling and the grip they need in the wet. So yeah, it's slippery, it's dirty in dry conditions, but surprising just how fast and how confident the riders seem to be out there in Q1.
Yeah, absolutely. What about the Pramac boys then? Jorge Martin, we know, is superb in qualifying, isn't he? And did well in the race here last season, put Aleix under pressure.
Yes, he loves that track. And the other man in Pramac is Johan Zarco. He's a man that loves the wet conditions as well. He's actually my bet for that qualifying. I think Johan, in those conditions, is going to excel and hopefully bring the pole position to France.
Yeah, well, you didn't quite get the prediction right, Michael, in Q1.
No,
what are you saying for this one?
Liking what I'm saying from Bezzecchi this weekend, so I'm going to say Marco Bezzecchi. He's fired up.
Okay, the riders are getting ready then. This is your qualifying for MotoGP Q2. Let me hand you back to Gavin.
Thank you very much. Yes, we'll go with 15.
Away we go then. Qualifying 2 is underway. Aleix Espargaro, Maverick Vinales, Marco Bezzecchi, Luca Marini, Johan Zarco, Pecco Bagnaia, Jorge Martin, Takuma Nakagami, Franco Morbidelli, Alex Rins, Alex Marquez, and Fabio Quartararo out there. And the question is, which tyres are they going to be on? And I think, Megs, they're all going to go out there on wet tyres to begin with.
I would suggest that. It's quite a wise solution as it is looking quite cloudy. So probably best just in case there's more rain to come.
Just texting Mike back, you know, Luke's dad, and nearly put 2 kisses. I'm used to putting kisses on the end of my text messages.
I do that almost sometimes with people.
Just want to point out that it's texting either Libby, Jade, or something like that as well. I'm just flying back. Okay, so Vinales is on rain tyres, medium front, medium rear coming through. So this is now the crucial part of the session. Track temperature, 20 degrees. Air temperature, 16 degrees. It's raining out there on the circuit. Humidity at 70%. Wind is at 2 kilometers an hour. And it's blowing in from the north-northwest. How can you have 2 north-northwests?
I don't know.
Look, it's now NNW, north-northwest.
North-northwest.
Ah, okay. So it's yeah, north-northwest. Okay.
That's the only way I can figure it out. What?
Yeah, but remember the camera's that different. So north-northwest for cameras over there. North, east, south,
Where
west.
is the north?
That's like north, east, south, west.
West.
North-northwest. Is there a thing? Points to the compass.
I don't think it's...
Yeah, I think there is a north-north. There's a northwest. So I think it's
Northwest.
Oh, so it's
There.
that. So it's coming in at 337 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's
kind of makes sense what we're seeing, doesn't it?
like quartered.
Yeah. Okay, more
Quartering the quarters.
more good there. Adam says hi, Josh and Megan, picking Pecco for a sweep this weekend in Argentina. I think you are absolutely spot on, Adam. I think Bagnaia is going to come something, but my personal pick is going to be Maverick Vinales, just because of the Aprilia's pace this weekend. So I think
hope
you're
for
right,
Alex.
Adam, but I'm going for Vinales for a bit of championship solidarity. What do you think, Max?
I'm going to go for Alex since I feel sorry.
Alex Marquez to win.
Yeah.
Possible. He is out there. He did get back on track, by the way. So Alex Marquez is on a brand new bike. It's bike number 2, the one he'll have to use for the sprint race later on as well. As Vinales on the wet tyre, and there's a bit more water at the back of the track than we first anticipated, Megs. You can see it rumbling up in the background.
Glad they chose the wets then.
Yeah.
Can you imagine they're quite cold?
Does look a bit chilly, doesn't it, at the moment? Apologies that we're lagging. Something's interfering with our systems. That's why we're lagging. The timing screen has frozen. The MotoGP timing screen has frozen. So we'll get
Your
that.
one has?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
Mine.
This one has, yeah, and that's the one on the main computer. So what we'll do is we'll continue commentating until the first runs are done, then we'll sort it out for you. Vinales, 147.683, immediately beaten by Franco Morbidelli. Where's he come from? 147.082.
Watch out though.
Morbidelli. And now Alex Marquez.
And Morbidelli again.
What's happening with the timing screens? Because now they're glitching like crazy.
And Zarco.
146.834. Johan Zarco to the top. Morbidelli second. Martin in third. Alex Marquez fourth. Vinales fifth. And now they're starting to come through thick and fast.
Ah, look. From a deep lagoon comes Wateraro.
El Diablo across the line. Where does he go? Third. Okay, so that Yamaha's find something out there as compared to the uselessness.
Called 10th position.
Yeah. Look at Maverick Vinales, fastest of all in the first 2 sectors as he's starting to come back through. So Vinales has the pace. It's really annoying me. Can someone just go into the pit lane and stop, because we need to sort the timings out because the system's crashed up here in the commentary box and it's causing our systems to go haywire.
We'll sort it out now.
Can't. They're near the end of the lap. Vinales and Morbidelli are the only two improving. So if Vinales goes top, that could be pole position if the rain changes. And so could Franco Morbidelli. Remember, this format of qualifying sets the grid for the sprint and the Grand Prix. So the sprint race is a completely separate entity coming into it as well. So there's a long way to go. As Vinales then, who's still top, ignore the timing tower. That is incorrect. We'll sort that shortly. It's Zarco, Morbidelli, Quartararo, Martin, Marquez, Vinales, Bezzecchi, Bagnaia, and everyone's now dropped back, bar Franco Morbidelli. But we're watching him, and he's taking a really wide line into turn 11 and 12. Cross the line then. Is Morbidelli improving? Answer, no, stays third. Right, we'll update the systems.
Right.
You're back with us, and Alicia Spargrove's made a small error coming out of turn 14, Megan.
Ooh.
And that's why he nearly had a high side coming across the track.
Well, brother like brother.
Yep, indeed. Right, everything's sorted, and he's back up and running smoothly. So apologies for that, just a quick change around to get everything sorted. Aprilia second then, but it's Johan Zarco fastest, as you can see with the timing tower, followed then by Maverick Vinales, Franco Morbidelli on the front row. Then we get Quartararo, Martin, and Alex Marquez, row 2. Bagnaia, Marini, Bezzecchi, row 3. Alicia Spargo, Alex Wins, Nakagami, row 4. And the conditions starting to improve ever so slightly, but it's still damp, so no one's going to risk it for dry tyres. The sprint later is going to be insane, as it's really heavy rain coming out of turn 8, 9, and 10, Megan. It's quite heavy at that section of the track.
I'm surprised no one else has gone down.
Pushing hard.
I'm also surprised about the fact that Marquez isn't worried that history will repeat itself from last quali.
Yeah, and if he does that, lap time cancelled for Jorge Martin for a shortcut. Come up. That's the first time I've seen the official information thing all weekend long. So it's a problem there. Bagnaia stays 7th, 147.524. And now the pit stops come in. Everyone comes in. They'll get a bit more fuel, probably change tyres, and then go again. But the problem is they haven't got many wet tyres in case it's a wet race later, because the rain's predicted all weekend long.
Yeah, I would save everything.
Just a reminder, tomorrow we'll be on air with a shorter MotoGP Grand Prix. We'll go off air literally as soon as the checkered flag falls. That's because we have to get back to IndyCar. Myself, Tom Dillon and Josh T are going to be commentating on the start of the IndyCar. Then I'm going to leave the commentary box and leave the race in Tom and Josh's hand. Then I'm going to come back as soon as MotoGP is over.
Note to self, tell everyone to leave you alone on Monday.
Yeah, it's going to be a really long day.
You're going to sleep all day.
I forgot as well, I need to use your laptop to stream the Sky coverage to Tom.
When?
Well, you're in the box anyway, so it won't affect you.
When?
Tomorrow night. You're in the box, so it won't affect you. Yeah. So, Quartararo watching on. Luca Marini out on the track in 8th, and out comes Aleix Espargaro with the pink helmet. So 5:40 to go. Who's going to be the best of the rest? Marini could get onto the second row here. 78 thousandths down on Zarco's time. He's quite good as he comes out the last corner. Could this actually be front row of the grid? No, it is second row. Lost 3 tenths. I thought it was a bit too slow at the last corner. Marini does a 147.187. Stays into 5th position.
I like the colour of his number.
Yes, I do too. It's a fun little colour on the front there. Opposite to the... It's like a B, isn't it?
Yeah.
Martin's into the pit lane, so he's done with that. There isn't much time. Unless the second bike's been ready and they're going to hop off. Yeah, they are, look. I knew that was going to do. Hop onto bike 2, because with 5 minutes to go, there wasn't enough time to get the other bike sorted. So, is that slicks? Is that a slick tyre on Bagnaia's bike? Surely not. Is it slick? Is it? I can't tell.
It has a line.
So I think that's not slick. That's wet tyre. I thought for a split... Unless he's got a wet front, dry rear.
I don't know. I'd try it with the slicks. Let's just see.
Has he got box call bike change? I think they're going wet front, dry rear, you know, Megs. Or are they going to go soft?
Well, that one has no line on the back.
So, wet tyres for Martin at the back, and it's a soft... Okay, so I think they're going medium front, soft rear, wet compound tyres. You can cross them here.
Well, Nakagami's doing.
Yeah.
That.
He's got soft rear, hasn't he? Just to get a bit more grip and a bit more acceleration at the last corner. And Bagnaia is sliding around a bit. I reckon he's got a slick rear tyre, you know, judging by that. I really hope he doesn't, because that's a silly thing to do.
Well,
it's dry.
We'll find out in a minute.
It's dry in places, but the timing screen's not saying, and I can't see it. I can't see any grooves. Oh, he's getting it down. That looks slick to me, Megs. I don't know about you. It's a wet front, but it's a slick rear, I reckon. Oh, my word. Look, if we take a look at the timing screen...
It doesn't tell us.
It doesn't tell us where the tyres are. There's no information there whatsoever.
I suppose when he passes into his next lap...
That might tell us, yeah, once he's actually gone across. Let's have a look at the Bagnaia there. Well, that doesn't tell us either. Slick! They are slick! It's slicks! He is on slicks!
Probably wants to get him out of the way.
Wow! So, I think it's a wet front, slick rear tyre for Bagnaia. That's a brave call.
Ooh, about to see.
I didn't think you could do that, Megs. Yeah, I think it is. So, it's a wet front tyre to make sure you've got the grip for the brakes, and it's a dry rear tyre. And he's about to start his lap time and cross the line to confirm what tyre he's on. I think Zarco has got a slick front medium rear. Bagnaia almost dropping it. And Aleix Espargaro is on course for pole. Cross the line. He's not telling us, yeah. Really strange.
Big secret.
Into turn 1 though. And he's coasting it in. The long sweeping right-hand hairpin. It's gently on the power. Okay, I reckon it's wet front, slick rear. Has to be. And Aleix, we know, is on wets. He won't change. Because look, it's medium front, medium rear, wet tyres. Same for Quartararo, same for Morbidelli. Bagnaia doesn't know what to do with it. I think Zarco, Marini, Marquez, Bagnaia and Rins have got some combination of slick tyre. In some order.
Well, Marquez.
Oh, yeah.
See.
Alex Marquez. Soft front, medium rear. He's on complete slick tyres, Megan. Alex Marquez is risking it all and he's on complete soft tyres.
Well, he's already mucked up one car. Bike. Why not a second?
Aleix Espargaro goes second, 146.9. Morbidelli fastest, 145.982.
He's on 2 mediums.
Yeah, is that where is Morbidelli? Yeah, it's wets though with the little dotted line around the outside. So he's got wet tyres.
Bagnaia's on the same as Marquez.
So Bagnaia is on full slicks, soft front, medium rear. So Bagnaia risked it as well. The championship leader, leading the title by 12 points to Maverick Vinales, is risking it all. Vinales is out there on the circuit with a used medium front and a brand new medium rear wet tyre.
So want to get it out of the way.
But I think it's at 2.4 seconds off the pace there for Bagnaia. Alex Marquez there's only 4/10 off. So the track is there. I think we've got the cut over. So whoever is going to be on the slick tyres has done absolutely fantastic. Marquez, Alex is only 4/10 down on Morbidelli's time. Cross coming out the last corner. He's getting 2/10 in the last sector. 146.225 for Alex Marquez. Okay, the track's ready for, yeah, track's ready. Vinales fastest. First sector time was red. Cross the line, Vinales goes third. 146.236. Bagnaia's going to be the one to watch. Bezzecchi.
Oh, Marini's got the same compound as Bagnaia and Marquez.
So Marini's out there on slicks as well. Across the line comes Jorge Martin, goes fourth. 146.365. Marquez, fastest first sector of anybody. Alex Marquez could be on for a pole position for the first ever time in the Premier class. And they're all lighting up. So is Bezzecchi.
It's red again.
Yeah, Marquez is really flying now, and it's not Mark, it's Alex. This is what we were told he could do on a Ducati. He was years on the Honda. He's left that, and Alex Marquez on the weekend where his brother's not here is shining. He's 6.5 tenths faster as the checker flag is out. Bezzecchi's a second a lap faster.
See, this is what I mean about Hondas being slow.
Cross the line for Marco Bezzecchi on the Mooney VR46 bike, and it's pole by 2 seconds. The dry tyres are the super tyres to be on 144.053. Morbidelli second. Marquez
Alex is coming up.
Yeah, Marquez is 3/10 faster. Marini goes fifth. Quartararo 9th. Nakagami 11th. Rins in 12th. Here comes Pecco Bagnaia. Here comes Alex Marquez. He's 3.5 tenths faster. Bagnaia, I think he's coming the pit lane. Bagnaia goes second, 144.739.
Here comes Alex.
Alex Marquez sliding across the line and takes it. It's pole for Alex Marquez. Grenesci are back. The Ducatis have got it. A miserable Portimao turns into an ejected Argentina. 143.881. He's a 10.5 clear of Bezzecchi. And now, Aleix on the wet tyres is 1.4 seconds down. The dry tyres were the right call. Everyone on the slicks got out the order. Oh, lap time cancel for Martin, track limits. So, everybody got it changed over. It's Alex Marquez with a first ever pole position in MotoGP. He starts on pole for the sprint and the Grand Prix. I thought he might. Check Twitter.
He hasn't put anything on Instagram. I'm sure he will.
First ever pole for Alex Marquez. Aleix crosses the line, stays 9th. 146.878. He's 9th. Aprilia falling with a wrong choice in quali. It's Alex Marquez who is on pole position for the first time in the Premier class.
Nothing yet.
The 2014 Moto3 World Champion, the 2019 Moto2 World Champion, finally moving away from the Honda onto a Ducati. And that is what the boy can do. That is superb. It's not Marc Marquez. It's Alex Marquez on top. And look at this at the last corner, Megan. Proper pushing. Nearly lost it at the line. Got it on the water. Fabulous. So we only have to wait a couple of hours to see him on pole for the first time in the sprint.
We're all very excited.
Gigi Dall'Igno punching. Stefano Teodossi, punching GT as well, the team principal at Grenesci, now alongside. Of course, the Grenesci owner sadly passed away. His wife's taken over, but they've elected a new team manager coming into this season. Grenesci back at the top. First MotoGP pole for Alex Marquez. He'll start on pole for the sprint and the Grand Prix. And so far, Megan, in 2023, pole positions are owned by the Marquezes.
Oh, yeah.
Mark had pole in Portimao for the sprint and Grand Prix. Alex has got pole for the sprint and Grand Prix
Their
in
parents
Argentina.
are very proud.
On the day, so Mark can't do it, Alex can step up. Fabulous. That is honestly brilliant.
I can just imagine Marquez teasing Alex, saying, like, do you know, this is why Mum and Dad had you. So if I wasn't there to do something, you'd do it.
The ear and the spare. Oh, that's a Harry joke, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's April Fool's Day anyway, so I suppose we can get away with it.
exactly. Do you know I don't like it?
I don't. I put a tweet out earlier on saying I don't think journalists, especially, should take part on April Fools because they have a significant influence. They could lose credibility. Because I was seeing, look at Fabio Quartararo. He is so angry. He just punched the television monitor alongside him where he's sitting.
You're paying for that.
I've had to nurse one monitor back to health. I don't want to punch anything.
Note to self, keep Quartararo away from TVs.
Yeah, keep Quartararo out of the commentary box as well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monitors in here.
Yeah. I've never really liked April Fool's Day.
No, I don't blame you. It's horrible.
It's just like,
Unless-
great, there's loads of things that aren't true. That's what the world really needs. Misunderstandings.
Unless it's a private one-on-one. That's
So
funny.
If it's like public,
Yeah,
then it's
no.
just like, do you know, that's how world wars started.
Yeah, it's not great, and I'm happy they're gone. Right, okay, let's go through the full results from Q2. It's Alex Marquez on pole for the first ever time. Marco Bezzecchi is in second, followed by Pecco Bagnaia third. That's the front row for the two races. And Megan, it started with Alex Marquez's crash in Q1. From a low and a bike fire, he's on pole.
Yeah, he has a weird sense of karma going both ways. I don't know what it's karma for. Maybe something he hasn't done yet. Or maybe he's getting Mark's karma. Though,
Yeah.
it's certainly an interesting day for him.
Do you
Julian
reckon-
Marquez could do that.
Can he win? In these conditions, I think he
Hopefully.
can. Yeah.
He better win.
Sprint
Anyway,
win.
battling.
Sprint win coming up. Then we get the Grand Prix tomorrow. It's going to be fun. We're on here 6:45 British summer time. So in around about 3 hours for all of the action. Cheer up,
Sprint
Megan. It's going to be
race.
fun. It'll be a quick sprint race as well. Grid
Very awesome.
Network is on at 5 p.m. British summer time. That's on at Grid Ranking on YouTube is their handle. Just type in Grid Network pre-race show and you'll find it as well. My thanks to you, Megan. My thanks to all of you for watching. We'll be back for the sprint later on. It's all fun. Alex Marquez, though, has pole position for the first ever time in MotoGP. Bye-bye.